This is the day that the Lord has made, and we ought to rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, just this one thought for you that I want to share with you today. You ever said something and wish you could rewind the moment? The words hung in the air, and you saw the soul of the person start to fold in real time. What I found out is that words are like arrows. And once they're released, you cannot dictate and tell them where to land, where to go. And God, who is the author of life, decided that because we cannot dictate where words land, where words go, He decided to put grace on your tongue. That's why the Apostle Paul wrote in Ephesians chapter 4 to the church there at Ephesus. He says, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth, but only such as is good for building up as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear, and do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God." God says, don't let rotting words leak off your lips. Don't mask sarcasm as wit, not gossip dressed as a prayer request, not criticism that kills instead of corrects. Don't be a person whose words leave people worse than what you found. Because every time we speak, child of God, we are either helping somebody stand or we are literally pulling the rug from beneath them. Corrupting talk, understand, it's not just profanity, but it's anything that poisons peace, anything that undermines somebody's worth, or anything that will starve somebody's hope. And then Paul says something that should stop us in our tracks when it comes to communication. He says, "Do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God." Beloved, I need you to understand that what you say can grieve the Spirit. Understand the Spirit of God is always listening. The Spirit of God is not distant. The Spirit of God is not like some background music that you can put on mute, because the text says that the Spirit who sealed you, that same Spirit who seals us, wants to speak through us. But when grace is choked out by anger, when blessing turns into bitterness, when wounds turn into weapons, the Spirit mourns. Imagine the Holy Spirit as being someone who is a guest in your house. Understand, though, just because he's a guest doesn't mean that he leaves when you close the door. He stays when the fight gets loud. He's present when you say what you later regret. And when we speak death and instead of speaking life, when our tone crushes more than they carry, the Holy Spirit feels that. But understand, He doesn't shame you, but He weeps with you, because grace is supposed to live there. Grace is supposed to live within us. Grace is supposed to live in our mouth, in our tone, in our silence, in our replies. So, guess what, beloved? Guess what that tells you? Grace isn't just something that you receive, it's something that you are responsible to deliver. And your words, yes, the words that come out of your mouth, they are the package. Every sentence is either a gift of grace or a grenade of grief. So today, understand, child of God, what if you saw your voice as an instrument? What if you recognize that your voice is a tool for healing? What if you recognize that your voice and your words are a channel of grace? What if before you answered that email, before you replied to that comment, before you corrected your spouse or your child, you ask yourself, will this sentence give grace to the one who hears it? Let your voice today carry redemption, not resentment. Let your words be a balm, but don't let them be a blade. Let your silence sometimes speak mercy louder than any rebuttal that could come off your tongue. Because grace on your tongue means the gospel is in your soul. Hear what I just said? So speak like Jesus is listening because he is. Speak like the Holy Spirit is working because he wants to. And when you mess up, because you will know this, grace not only speaks from you, it can speak back to you. Let's try again. Let's grow forward. Let's speak life. However, this message has been received from you, let the Holy Spirit change the way that you communicate. Until next time, people of God, may God bless you, and we'll do this again soon.